Now that we've talked about logical reasoning, induction, and deduction, let me suggest to you what education, for you as a student, what education should be about. First of all, obviously, education involves teaching you important ideas and details, what we might call concepts and facts in any particular subject, to let you understand how the universe works. And we're pretty good at that, and students are pretty good at learning that. But a second idea, and I think a more important one, is that we should be teaching you how to use those concepts in order to interpret new facts that you encounter in your life, ones that we haven't told you about before, so that you can draw reasonable conclusions in any situation you might encounter. And finally, I would suggest that teaching should also be about showing you how to deduce general concepts for yourself from the specific facts that you encounter, ones you may never have seen before. So let me give you an example of that. Here's a creature called Dimetrodon, and you might read about Dimetrodon. Let's say you're in class and you read something about him, and it says the prehistoric reptile Dimetrodon with its splayed legs may look like a dinosaur, but it is not. And most students reading this will simply note the conclusion that Dimetrodon was not a dinosaur. But they're missing something very important here, and that's the reasoning behind the conclusion that Dimetrodon was not a dinosaur. If you don't understand the reasoning, then you're simply relying on the authority of the writer, and you don't know whether he's correct or not. So what is the reasoning here? There is a specific fact about Dimetrodon that is given to you to justify the specific fact that Dimetrodon was not a dinosaur. They're both specific facts about Dimetrodon. And what is that specific fact? That Dimetrodon had its legs splayed out to the side. What that means is that rather than being underneath the body like this, they're spread out to the side. And that's an important anatomical feature, because if your legs are spread out to the side, then what you have to do to hold your body up against gravity is you have to constantly use the muscles of your legs. And that uses a lot of energy and tires you out. For you, with your legs directly under your body, it's actually the bones that are holding you up against gravity rather than having to use your muscles all the time. But in this case, the author is claiming that the fact that Dimetrodon had its legs splayed out to the side proves the fact that Dimetrodon was not a dinosaur. Well, there must be a general concept to connect these two facts. And what must it be, if you think logically about it? If having legs splayed out to the side means you're not a dinosaur, what does that tell you generally about dinosaurs? It tells you that dinosaurs did not have their legs splayed out to the side. They actually had them positioned under their bodies. So now, from reading what is just specific information, two specific facts about Dimetrodon, you can deduce a general concept about dinosaurs. And that goes far beyond simply memorizing what you're being told.